Samus
I'm gonna
hopes
move.
and dreams of making it into the PTL Hall of Fame.
There's so many important games being
Twitter
played.
question time. Last week
What's
we
that?
asked you who would be the
Oh,
semifinal.
just their playoffs for the.
All right, cool. We got a jungler. All right, good. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, just for learning purposes, we should have swapped to normal lanes as soon as Lee got first blood. Because y'all could have pushed out, and then they would have pushed back. I would have been top to catch the wave, and I could have left bot for y'all to come get.
I don't know.
You're still open. Look.
I can go Vayne into that.
What?
I could go Vayne into Garen, or just go right to Ezreal. No, let's do Ezreal.
Garen.
MVPs across the 4 LCS semifinals. And for a spot in the Hall of Fame, you had to guess what color tie I would have been wearing on that Sunday TSM's Immortal Series. Well, if your answer looked like Sven, Hybrid, Darshan, and Svenskeren, and Iridescent Celadine, then you might have made it into the Hall of Fame. Turns out, none of you know anything about our LCS scriptwriters because none of you got it right, not even the MVP Hall of Fame question. It was truly a terrible effort, and look, I'm not even going to bother telling you that I'm disappointed in you because you probably hear that enough in your own lives already. Now, I know what you're thinking. Freak, why are you being such a dick? You still haven't gotten anything right yourself, and that's where you're continuing to be wrong because I now have made it into the Hall of Fame. Last week, I correctly guessed all the MVPs and the color of my tie, as the next video will definitely prove. Now, my answer.
Oh, your Lex is pretty good. Yeah, that's how it is.
I think they're going to
Yeah,
win. Once again,
afraid if they add something on top of the Woo.
And I'm going to say, and we're going to have, I'm going to say G2 win, and I'm going to give it to Hybrid for that one. As for the color tie, it's going to be Iridescent Celadon. Now, you guys hopefully can get that all correct. I know I'm going to. I told you. I mean, I slightly misspoke saying Celadine, but we all know that I was correct about this one. So, I'm amazing. Now, look, the PTO Hall of Fame really isn't big enough to house my giant ego, so I had them build something a little bit bigger. Now, it's beautiful. It's really just amazing. And before I go on and thank everyone who helped me get where I am, which is really just me, I want to drop some stats before we talk about this week's Twitter question about the LCS Finals. Now, TSM have made the most finals appearances. They've won 9 games, they've lost 14. It's a 39% win rate. It's not amazing, but look, they've gotten there a lot. CLG, when they do make it to the finals, well, they're 100%. They're 3-0. Origin are 2-3 in the finals for themselves, and G2 are, of course, newcomers, so they've got no record at all in LCS finals. Now, last but also in terms of kills, North America in their 3-0 had 96 total kills. Europe in their 5 games had 123 total kills. So that you have those numbers for context, this week we're going to ask you who are going to win both of the spring split finals in NA.
Are the Warriors winning too?
And for a chance in the Hall of Fame, tell us the total number of kills across the 6 to 10 games that it's going to take to crown both champions. I'm going to say TSM and G2 and 220 kills. Maybe I'll get in the Hall of Fame a second time. The gauntlet has been thrown down, so hit us up on Twitter, @LOLesports, #PTL with your answers, and tell us who's going to take the cake, who's going to get all the kills. Well, just tell us how many kills are going to be. If you want to tell us who's going to get them, feel free, but it's not part of the question. And we'll see just how right you guys really are. You won't be, but it'll be fun to watch.
Hey everybody, I'm Quickshot here with Pyra as we're just about to pack our bags and head to the Netherlands, where we're going to head to the Spring Split Finals, where G2 Esports and Origin will be taking to the stage. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a title on the line and a spot at MSI. Let's talk about these two teams, maybe with a young, hungry squad of G2.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the place we've got to start, Quickshot, because G2 is a team that has just taken the European LCS by storm. They have the highest KDA out of everybody, team-wise, and you can just know that they're playing together and getting those kills and fights together all the time. On top of that, they also happen to have only lost 4 games, and not that many teams can say
That's
that, especially
crazy.
not this split.
No, not at all. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, Origin have lost 2 games just in their last semi-final. Was against H2K. They had to take them down 3-2. It was a major upset. Like, Origin, they pulled the Xpeke card and managed to work.
That's
This is a team that
Kingfish.
was
That's
behind in
Kingfish.
gold at 15 minutes on average across all of the games in
What the
playoffs.
fuck,
That
man.
includes the
Checked my internet
3-0
before
sweep
I
of
queued with you
Unicorns
guys
of Blood,
again, and it was
despite
fine.
being down
I'm
800
expecting
gold
you.
on average at 15 minutes. Now, I'm impressed with Origin because this is a team that has grown over the split. They've solved a lot of problems, and they've been looking at G2, and they've been watching G2, and I think they're going to.
Are you like in a smaller town grid?
What's he forcing?
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Any
now,
Smurf
because
here,
they're a team that's
just
got stars in
one.
every single role. Let's just zero in on a couple of them. Hybrid, top KDA out of everybody as a support.
Yeah, we're gonna-
That's insane. You got to look at Trick, our MVP of the split. He has some of the best kill participation, some of the most team damage, and you know he's getting in there and enable him. You did the voiceover yourself. Come on. And then, of course, we got Perkz. He dominates the mid lane against everybody.
Okay, look, they're fantastic players, but they're all young, they're all inexperienced, and they're going up against an entire semi-final Worlds team. This is the same 5 guys that made it to the top 4 in 2015 that'll be on stage with Peke. We know the possibility he's going to swap with Power of Evil. Power of Evil's looking better than he has all split long. And with the stage and the crowd and what I think will be the fan favorite squad, that's a lot of pressure on G2.
Yeah, this is
and
fucking
Origin have a lot of tools to deal with the threat that G2 can put forward.
All right, well, I guess we'll have to find out when the European LCS will finish off in Rotterdam, 5 p.m. this Sunday. Don't miss it.
On Tuesday, we asked if you could sniff out which LCS pro this nose belonged to. If you doubled down and guessed that the nose belonged to none other than TSM's Doublelift, you would have been correct. Just kidding, you're wrong. It's Afro Moo, the other half of the infamous Rush Hour bot lane that helped take CLG to their first North American LCS championship. They have quite a history between them. Let's check it out. As a dynamic duo, they have 83 wins, 67 losses, 855 kills, 755 deaths, and 2,207 assists for a KDA of 4.1. Pretty impressive. But this weekend, they will face off against each other, and only one will get to hoist the LCS trophy for 2 straight splits and earn a trip to the Midseason Invitational. And now for another look at this weekend's North American Finals, it's time for us to bust out the Death Timers. Today's fight card features the Sultan of Salt, Zyrene, duking it out with the only caster at Riot on TSM's payroll. It's Jack.
Welcome to a special finals edition of Death Timers, where I'm going to be going up against Zyrene in a debate about who will win the finals this weekend. Zyrene, we've seen the script. Who do you think I'm going to be arguing for? TSM? That is how the script goes. I cast a TSM game, they win the game. Yep. You know what? We're going off script. Man, that worked well.
Yeah,
You know what? I think it works works great. I'm arguing for CLG. Count me in.
All right, 3, 2,
That's
1.
why I've been having problems attack
CLG is
moving.
better than TSM. Defending champions,
My attack
number 2
move
seed against
isn't
the 6th
bound
seed.
properly
The way the TSM
for
worked
some
in the
reason
quarterfinals
for
and
this
semifinals,
account.
they got a little bit lucky, and a lot of it was based off coincidence. You think about their games against Cloud9. Rush played Kindred 4 games. He wasn't very good at that champion. Huni, for some reason, played Lucian top lane when plenty of other better options are available. There was bad pick and ban prep from the Immortals, and I think CLG has proved that they can play well on this map
Gustav.
for the most part. They beat Team Liquid, who was a well-adjusted team, just as well-adjusted as TSM, but better throughout the regular season. I think Team Liquid was better than TSM. I think CLG played their finals in the semifinals. And they
Nope, that's it. That's all your time right there, man. You went full CLG. Never go full CLG.
CLG!
All right, you should have stuck with TSM, man. I think you're going to lose your crown here. There's a reason that this is the special edition.
All right,
It's the final
3,
boss.
2, 1, TSM.
TSM literally cannot lose this matchup, right? Top lane. They've already shown that they can shut down, carry top laners. Darshan does not stand a chance against Svenskeren and Hanser. They've shown improved synergy. Svenskeren is having the best season he has ever had in his entire career. Bjergsen and Doublelift lead their roles with CS differential at 10 and have crushed games previously. Stixxay also had very bad games against TL. It's a Doublelift favorite matchup. He's going to be able to crush that. And they're up against the newest members on CLG, so that synergy may not be there to help those members out when they get behind. TSM, they might also have a certain caster casting that game, so
A certain CLG favored caster, as you can tell from this awesome, it's actually really plain CLG shirt. Anyway, you've heard what we had to say. Hit us up on Twitter at LOE Sports. Let us know who you think had the edge in this final Death Timers before the spring split. Use hashtag ZyreneWin if you want to look foolish in front of your friends, or hashtag JatWin if you believe in faith and common sense. You can check out TSM versus CLG this weekend, 12 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central European Summertime.
Now over to the LCK, where the Afrika Freaks dream is dead. Sad days. Despite having swept Jin Air Green Wings back in Week 12 and having a
They're in a
good
playoff
shot
right
leading up
game.
to the playoffs, they just couldn't hold on to the momentum. Jin Air, on the other hand, did a loop-de-loop and shot down the Freaks in a 2-0 convincing victory.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty impressive series by them. Game 1, Kuzan's rise in the mid lane, definitely super great. Also, Pilot, the AD carry, had 2 great Lucian games as well. Also got a couple of Maokai games up in the top lane. Overall, a strong team and one that their fans can be happy about.
Yep, and taking a look at the updated playoff bracket, Jin Air will face off against Faker and the defending world champions SKT. Should be a good one.
Yeah, of course, though, this is SKT, the 3rd seed coming into the playoffs in the first place. And talking about their seasons overall, SKT and Jin Air had split series. In Week 1, Jin Air swept SKT. In Week 10, SKT got revenge and swept Jin Air. Faker did incredibly well when they had that head-to-head matchup. I think it's still a very important series and an important player, actually, to watch in that series.
Yep, Faker was smashing. You can watch SKT try and work their way back into a final boss battle versus Rocks Tigers when they take on Jin Air this Friday at 2 a.m. Pacific.
Or 11 a.m. for the Central European summertime folks over there, which you're much more likely to be awake for.
He's always got the math. Over to China and the LPL playoffs, where higher seeds Vici Gaming and Snake Esports started with 1-0 leads in their best-of-5 series. Why? Because China. Vici crushed LGD's hopes for another miracle run into the finals, knocking both Marin and Imp out of the playoffs. Sorry, fans. It was Marin's former teammate Easyhoon that controlled the mid lane, while Vici's all-world jungler Dandy turned the forest into a dark and scary place, as he does.
Yeah, it was not fine on Danny the other side of the teams here. No, not at all. Easyhoon went off on Lulu, 11-1 and 15 across those 2 games. Dandy mentioned him. 13-2 and 17 on Graves. Honestly, very impressive. Also, some more Maokai in the top lane. Again, he's definitely back as one of those big tanks to watch out for.
It's going to be good. And the second LPL playoff series saw Snake Esports put a stranglehold on Invictus and slithered the way into the quarterfinals in 2 straight games. Didn't look hard.
No, it wasn't. Snake honestly played very well. And it's funny because this series had a couple interesting things in it. First of all, Invictus brought out Tabe. He was in there playing in the support role out of nowhere. That was kind of interesting. But also, both games had the same team comp for both teams. No one changed any champions between Game 1 and Game 2. And Invictus, when you get wrecked in Game 1, you're supposed to change things up, not give them the same matchups and lose the game. No. That was a little...
We played the comp wrong. It wasn't the comp.
Typically. That's always a funny excuse. When you're 1 game away from elimination, changing nothing is usually the wrong choice.
There you go. So up next, VG Gaming and Snake Esports will meet Team WE and EDG in the quarterfinals, respectively. Those look good as well.
They are going to be really fun. Now, these teams only played each other once during the regular season because they were cross group games overall. VG swept their meeting against their opponents against WE back in Week 5. Also in Week 5, Snake swept past Edward Gaming. So maybe those are going to be the teams that win, but honestly, it's going to be a very close series.
Very, very close indeed. Now, finally to the LMS, the last of the 5 major regions, where the Taipei Assassins look to reclaim some of that Season 2 passion as they take on Machi Esports this Friday.
Now, these guys played best of 2s twice during the regular season. TPA 2-0'd over in Week 1, but when they met just about a month
Felt
ago,
away
they
for now.
won 1 series overall.
Yep.
Honestly, though, this series in some fans' eyes just means the battle for third, because next up is Flash Wolves, the next up is AHQ. However, as we saw in North America, upsets can happen if you can knock down the Giants.
Oh, Slag.
So we'll see if these teams go any farther.
Anything can happen, right? We are seeing
Are you in?
splits. I said this split, but every region split.
Yeah.
We know you're all itching for the spring finals, and big plays are just around the corner. But if you can't wait that long to get your fix, don't freak out like this guy. We've got you covered with this week's best plays, or as Snake's Crystal and SKT's Bang can now call it, the Penta.
Nice.
Coming in at number 5, SKT's Bang was on the hunt for a pentakill.
Full card drawn yet again, but he's taking a lot of damage from Soul. Getting locked up at the Mapazonia Sawson. Looking like he's going to go down secret as well. Faker barely staying alive. Wolf to consume him yet again. Sawson falls as Bang is finding more kills. Can he get it? They want it pretty bad. They want it really badly. And they just cannot find it. Soul able to retreat back into the fountain. But that is going to be the base crumbling here as Super Creeps start knocking down these Nexus Towers. Soul playing with Bang's emotions. They're like, I know you want me. And again, one more crit. There it is. Comes out with the kill in the end. 13-0, and that still counts.
Slithering into number 4, Snake's Crystal gunned down all 5 members of WE.
Very, very low. Nice ult comes out for 957, but Crystal able to lock down 0. They're seeing whether they can chase everyone down. Crystal with the aggressive black forward. Triple kill comes in as the big one's going to smack him in the head. It's a quadra kill. They're looking for the Penta Mystic. The last one here is he's still throwing them through the cocoon. Is it going to be enough? Penta kill for Crystal.
CLG's time was up as Liquid landed the perfect setup for Phoenix's quadra kill in our number 3 play.
The outer line of turrets fully up as they were taking them apart. Here, Liquid's about to lose
They're
one.
still down 5,000 gold, so even in a 45 team can watch the fight.
Gets absolutely deleted, but huge damage from the Mantra Inner Flame coming in from Phoenix. They're able to clean up a triple kill now on CLG. It's Lorlo versus Huhi. Here comes another Inner Flame. Huhi's gonna go down.
Yeah.
A quadra kill for Phoenix.
The soul flare from Phoenix on top of the stun. Bard, Matt played that perfectly, and the follow-up for the rest of TL, we were talking about they don't have too much damage. Well, when you're this far ahead,
Yep. It's all about the snowball game right there. Was 5,000 gold up, and Team Liquid willingly takes a 4v5 outside of their turret. They just womboed CLG right there.
Popping in at number 2, it was CLG with a surprise double teleport to secure their spot in the NALCS Spring Finals.
and Piglet is definitely in hypercarry mode right now, but Darshan wants to kill him.
That's a little ambitious.
Whoa, double TP!
It's two of them, the double TP!
He only thought it was one.
And now COG with the kill onto Piglet. Punch their ticket to the finals.
In our number 1 play this week, from Latin America North, it was Lion Gaming's Yuri with the 5-mana Zero ultimate and the quadra kill to complete their sweep in the finals.
Esta puede ser de las últimas. ¿Cómo se va a dar esto? Definitiva de parte de Kindred para aguantar un poquito más. De parte de Uri. La diferencia, asesinando cuádruple para Cecil. No lo pueden parar, es un destructor.
Nothing feels better than rounding up the best players from around the world. But you know what tickles us just right? When you help us by sending your nominees to @LOL Esports and using the hashtag #ThePenta. What were you thinking?
Absolutely agree. Riv is right about all this stuff. Now, last week not only had some big plays, but also hailed the end of an era as Team Dragonites knocked out Team Dignitas in the North American promotion tournament for the LCS. Team Dignitas is one of the oldest teams in professional League of Legends. They've participated in every single LCS split and have been featured in some of the biggest plays and the best moments in the LCS.
That is true. Now we want you to raise your dongers one last time and salute a team that, while gone, is certainly not forgotten. Thanks for the memories, Dignitas. We are looking forward to seeing you back in the LCS very, very soon. Until then, we will send you off with one last hit.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away, but now I need something place to stay.
2, 1.
Happy New Year.
Joe here.
Perfect CS.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Whoa, yeah, that guy's got a really good KDA. All right.
All right, good luck, guys.
Clear calls, good plans, guys. Clear calls, good plans.
Calls, good plans.
2. Here.
Oh yeah, if you win, we don't get a ramen festival. No. Oh my god.
What's Ramen Festival?
Well, at least she knows what they're doing.
Always Ravian.
No.
No, we lost, trust me.
Otherwise playing a pretty slow game. The thing is, I don't know if Gravity... Oh, there's the... What?
Not the play I was looking for.
What?
He saw a ghost. Hello?
Billy! Oh my word. Take it to Kiwi!
Quick, take the turret so you get the gold back, right? Did they shut down the turret?
Oh. The last fight for Complexity. Can they make it happen? Westrice in the front, but he's going to explode. Double kill there for Shifter. Explosion, triple kill. Brogushard stuck inside the base. Everyone going down except the Lee Sin. Quadra kill for Shifter. Will they give it to him? Penta kill for Shifter in his first game on Dignitas.
That's the 6-9
Go. Nice, Gamsu. Okay, go. Okay,
Just get rid of him, Joe. Make every lane a 2v2.
So all we have to do is play the map.
Yeah,
and
Trick
then
2G has
map
been
the
doing it, so I'm just
plays.
gonna copy him.
That's actually correct.
Keep talking. We got this game pretty much in the bag. Well, not really, but just keep talking.
Thank you very much, guys. Kiwi Kid, want to get a little closer personal on this one, so we did.
Kiwi Kid is only 3 autos from being killed. He's just zoned to the back line. A 5-man knockup, and in they go.
That's the difference between life and league. There's not
Yeah.
one path. There's not one lane.
There's 3 paths in League.
Yeah. Well.
Hello, friends. I've missed you. You see, things at the LCS have never quite been like they are now. Overexposure to Dravenhead mode has infected the LCS broadcast teams with total errors. It's spreading like wildfire, eroding the once cherished values of teamwork and collaboration, replacing them with hatred and ignorance and me-ism. Where once friendly rivalries existed, infighting, jealousy, hatred, yes, even lust
me. Pretty red. Jinx is bot.
Oh, I was the villain, that's why.
Alright, Krim, after this game, you get us home in 2 in a row. Let's log off.
This is what Tilda's made of. God, I suck.
What?
I forgot to activate my Seraphs.
Oh, yeah, that'll make it difficult. Fiendish Codex. Huh. Yeah. Right.
I mean, he may be playing to the maximum of his capabilities, but there are further optimizations he can make to item builds.
Sorry, I blinked and then I died. Is that a pentakill? Oh no, you're alive still.
Unlucky.
Alright, I'll see you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too. I did not sleep at all last night.
Good night, everybody.